So last time I spoke to you, we hadn't yet filled in this garden bed that we were creating, the raised garden bed. So now we've got soil in it. All of these things that are in it that are growing, we've got rocket at the back here, which is now going flowering. Chinese cabbage, some thyme and sage. Haven't really used sage. Don't know anything about it, but I hear it's good in roasts and things or stuffings, so we'll give it a go. Yeah, the Chinese cabbage, I thought I might have still had time to grow them, but they seem to be going to flower. Oh, there's a little bud in there that looks like a flower head. You probably can't see it. They're little round knobs. I can tell they're flowers, so looks like we might not get to eat them. Broccoli, all of these were done by seed, and they took off pretty quick. They seem to like it in here. I had a bit of plastic draped over the whole frame. Trying to be ingenious, I came up with this idea, which is just conduit with these little clips, wrap the plastic behind it and just clipped it in. When it was windy, the plastic ripped, unfortunately, so that doesn't really work, but I think it'll work for the shade cloth in summer when we need to give a bit of summer protection. We'll just put the shade cloth in there. Could even make pockets for that to go in. I'll just clip it in and that should hold it on. That's the idea anyway. We've got corn in here, which is only little still. I haven't been doing much just lately, just slowly growing, so I think maybe it's a bit early for them. Some cos lettuce, which are coming along nice. Yeah, the broad beans, which had stopped growing in my last video. Wow, they started growing again. Broad beans are pretty easy, really. You just stick the seed in about 4 centimetres underground, give it a good soak, and then just leave it. And they pop out and just start to take off. I think maybe they just weren't getting enough sun. So now that spring is coming around the corner, the sun changed its position in the sky, they're getting a lot more sun, and so now they're cruising. And we're starting to get some beans. They're only little, but they're happening. There's another one. These ones are bigger. Can't wait, because I love broad beans. The turnips, well, I had so many I had to give some away, and they're still growing. A bit sick of turnip now. The Swedes finally did start. I got about 2 or 3 out of it. The other ones are still growing. Marjoram has gone berserk since all the rains we've had, and then the sun changing position, they've absolutely shot up. They look so healthy, it's awesome. So, because the broad beans had stopped growing, and I thought, I don't know if they're going to work. I didn't want to miss out, so I stuck a whole heap more. So there's some there, and some over here. Now these are probably 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks from when I put them in the ground, and they're going crackers. They love it. I think these guys are getting good shade in the morning, obviously, because it's shady now. The rest, the Brussels sprouts. Yes, well, here they are. That's as big as they got. And if you can see them on the side there, that's the sprouts. Not quite edible. So, that was probably marked as a failure. What else we got? Parsley. Parsley that had been stripped down to stalks is now gone crazy as well. We've got in some black Russian tomatoes, which are our favourite. I grew one last year, but I got one about half the size of a cherry tomato. It didn't work at all. So I've used Ray Praxis's method of deep planting. I've got nice thick stalks on them, nice and strong. So hopefully, and we've got the drip system in as well. give them a drink, keep them moist, so hopefully it'll work. The kale went well. Again, a bit sick of kale. I'm going to chop the rest of this off and, I don't know, freeze it somehow. And make room, because this is my tomato bed. Peas. I've never eaten fresh peas before, and they are spectacular. I was having fresh peas for breakfast every morning for a couple of weeks. It was great, but they're all gone now. There's a couple of little new shoots, but I think they're pretty much finished. Behind them is the snow peas. Now these things, if they were standing up straight, would be about 8 foot tall. So they've gone crazy as well. What did I do for them? Alpaca tea, alpaca poo tea, compost, fresh compost in the dirt with seeds, and I put a bit more on top afterwards. Now the peas are starting to form now. So tempting to just sit here and munch them all, but I want to keep them so we've got enough for salads and things. So just waiting for a couple more to come along. Got plenty of flowers, so hopefully we'll get plenty of peas. It always looks dead on the bottom. Like, look at this dead brown, skinny, ugly looking stalk. But that is actually what's feeding the rest of this plant, which is fat and lush and healthy. So be careful if you're weeding, because you pull the weed and it wraps around the root, it'll actually snap it, and then you'll lose your pea. I've lost a few already. Here are some more peas, sugar snap peas. I didn't finish tying the strings up on my trellis for them to hang on to. Oops. So now they're just all over the ground, but they're up. I'll just let them be, I don't want to disturb them and snap them. Onions, well, they're more like leeks. They've got really, really fat stalks, like that one. Look how fat that is. But it's not bulbing in the bottom. And these have been in since before, well, early midwinter. So I think maybe I buggered up on that one. I'm just too keen, I just want to get things growing, so. Oh well, we can use them, still use them, they still taste alright. They just won't be round. Look at that big bugger. It's huge. Next is the beetroot. Holy moly. The leaves on these things are enormous. We're eating the leaves for salads, mixing it in with the rocket, which tastes quite good. The beetroot are actually forming on the bottom, so that's good. Some of them I can't see, I can't tell. Have given them the normal alpaca tea, and I can't remember if I sprinkled any on top. I don't think I did. Just left them with what I put in the soil. No, I didn't even put any in when these are done from seed as well. And also got the drip system in along here to try and keep this area moist. And the compost bin. Wow, this one is working really, really well. Full of leaves, nice and broken down. I've added some pelletized chook poo and some packer poo, straw, all sorts of stuff, and it's going really well. I got a second compost bin because that one's nearly done. I needed to get another one started, but this one, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be working as well. It's got millions of these flying bugs, which the other one didn't have. And it doesn't seem to be, I don't know, it just seems to be wet and not getting hot and not breaking down. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.